All right, good morning, guys. We're back with another episode of Nolan's Pod. It's been a while since last week, since I last talked about the Braves last week. So we played a few games, spring training games is every day. So in between last week and today, we played a few games. So I'm going to run through that. We played a split squad game last Thursday, did the Braves, and both of the teams won. Both Braves teams won their inter-squad game, or split squad games. But it did not come without concern to one of our star players. So first, let's start with the first split squad game. The Braves won 12-9 against the Tampa Bay Rays. Forrest Wall had 2 hits, 6 RBIs, and 2 homers. Forrest Wall has really impressed in spring training so far, and he's actually looking to make this team as a bench player. Jarred Kelenic has 1 hit and 1 strikeout. Jarred Kelenic has yet to find himself in spring training, but that's what spring training is for, so you can find yourself. And it's a change of scenery for Jarred Kelenic, as you know, and I last talked about last week. Kind of the same thing with Matt Olson. Matt Olson wasn't really comfortable his first year in Atlanta because he had been in Oakland all those years. And you could tell last year with Sean Murphy, he had been in Oakland for all those years too. He wasn't really comfortable yet, so I expect that Sean Murphy's going to really have a breakout year this year, being this is his second year in Atlanta. So Jarred Kelenic, he has to adjust, rightfully so. So he's going to get going, no question about that. David Fletcher had 3 hits, 2 runs scored, and 1 RBI. Travis d'Arnaud had 1 hit, and he struck out once. Phillip Evans had 3 hits, 2 RBIs, and 1 run scored. Luke Waddell had 1 hit off of 1 RBI, 2 runs scored, and he struck out once. Marcell Ozuna had 3 hits, 2 runs scored, 1 RBI, and a homer for Marcell. And being that it was a split squad game, Marcell was able to go with the other team, and he was able to play first base again. So hats off to Marcell and what you were doing at first base. Not an easy position to play, even though it might seem like the easiest position to play. It's not. So again, Marcell, hats off to you. That's what you're doing. I mean, Marcell has worked his butt off, and I'm proud of Marcell for what he's doing. Dylan Dodd pitched in that game. He pitched 2 innings, no runs allowed, and he struck out 2. So good job for Dylan Dodd. He's looking to take more steps in that right direction this year. Look for Dylan Dodd to make some spot starts this year along the way, to give our pitching staff some rest here and there. Okay, the next split squad game, this was against the Minnesota Twins. The Braves took that game 5-0. Austin Riley had 1 hit and 1 run scored. Matt Olson drew a walk, and he scored once. Money Mike, Michael Harris II, had 2 hits, 2 RBIs, and 1 run scored. Money Mike has been real hot this spring training. Looks like he's kind of made some little minor adjustments, minor improvements. He is hot, and whatever he's doing is working, and it's showing, so keep it going, Money Mike. Eli White, who's looking to make the team, had 2 hits, 2 RBIs, and 1 run scored. Eli White is putting on a great impression to try to make the ball club as a bench player. Spencer Strider, lights out Strider, the quad god. 3 innings pitched. He allowed 2 hits. He allowed 1 walk, but he pitched 3 innings, like I said, and he struck out 5. So Spencer Strider continues to keep on doing what he does as our ace, because we need him. Ronald Acuna Jr. had 1 hit, 1 RBI, and as I mentioned, that brave start that I mentioned in the beginning, and I said scared us all and got hurt, yes, that was Ronald Acuna Jr. He was involved in a rundown and tweaked his knee. So that was Thursday. We didn't get an update till yesterday, and that was Tuesday. So the MRI came back, and it was a meniscus irritation. That's what the MRI came back as, meniscus irritation. Now, the Braves want to be cautious with Ronald, rightfully so. He tore his ACL, in 2021, and the meniscus irritation was in his right knee, the same knee that he had his ACL surgery on. So the Braves want to be cautious. You know, they sent him out to LA to go see Dr. Neil Elatraj, the guy that performed Ronald Acuna Jr.'s surgery. And you know, Dr. Elatraj performs most of the major surgeries on these players. So my initial thought was when he had to go see Dr. Elatraj, I was like, oh no, because when you have to go see Dr. Elatraj, usually that's bad news and it's not good. But like I said, the Braves just want to be extremely cautious, rightfully so, because we know how valuable and how important of a player Ronald Acuna Jr. is. So they just want to be cautious. He went to go see Dr. Elatraj. Dr. Elatraj said the same thing as the MRI. It's just meniscus irritation. Nothing's broken, nothing's torn, nothing's wrong. So the Braves plan to ramp Ronald Acuna Jr. back up to baseball activity, and he should be a full go, and he should be ready for opening day against the Phillies because we're going to need him. We dodged a huge bullet. If you watch the Braves or are just a baseball fan in general, you know what a superstar Ronald Acuna Jr. is, and you know what this game is missing when we don't have Ronald Acuna Jr. So being that he's okay is a huge, huge, huge sigh of relief for Braves country, because I know me personally, they said we were going to have an update on Monday, and I kind of sat near my phone all day on Monday waiting for an update until the Braves PR staff put out, we're not getting an update till Tuesday because Ronald's in LA and the time difference, so we're not getting an update to Tuesday. So I'm like, are you kidding me? Seriously? So about 7 o'clock Tuesday morning, it came to my phone, and I was kind of scared to read the news, but it came to my phone, and, you know, they said Ronald was going to be okay, you know, and it was a huge sigh of relief, because that guy is important to what we're trying to accomplish, which is another World Series. We need another one of these World Series championships. We need another one of these. Please. I would like to get another one. I feel like we could do that this year. So I'm happy that you're back, Ronald. We need you. Okay. The other games. The Braves play the Blue Jays, and I'm just running through the games off the last week and this week, the games that we won. So here we go. The Braves won 6-2 against the Blue Jays. Ozzie Albies had 1 hit, 1 run scored. It struck out once. Travis d'Arnaud had 1 hit, 1 off of 1 RBI, and he scored once to Travis d'Arnaud. Drake Baldwin had 1 hit and 3 RBIs. He cleared the bases with a 3-run double. Jordan Luplow had 1 hit and 2 RBIs, 1 run scored, and Jordan Luplow went over the wall and hit a homer against his former team, the Blue Jays. Jordan Luplow played for the Blue Jays last year. Jordan Luplow's another bench guy that has made a good impression in spring training who's trying to make this ball club. And as I told you guys last week, remember I told you guys, Jordan Luplow is our Kevin Pillar of last year. He's going to hit left-handed hitting, and he's going to crush left-handed hitting. He's not going to play every day. We just need him to be on the bench, ready to pitch hit if we need him, ready to have a spot start if we need him. But he's another candidate for the Braves bench this year, and he's putting on a nice impression. Ronaldo Lopez. Remember I told you about Ronaldo Lopez last week. He's much like Spencer Strider. First come in, he's a bullpen player. The Braves are trying to stretch him out to be a starter, so he's had experience with both. He pitched 3 innings in this game. He only allowed 2 hits, allowed 1 walk, but he pitched 3 innings and he struck out 3 guys. So that's good. Another game, the Braves won against the Phillies 3-2. Austin Riley had 1 hit. Marcell Ozuna had 1 hit and 1 run scored. Forrest Hall had an RBI hit. Orlando Arcia is a guy that I had not mentioned really all spring training since I've been doing these games and telling you guys about it. I had not really mentioned Orlando Arcia, but he finally woke up and had 1 hit off of 2 RBIs. He went over the yard for a homer. with 1 run scored, and he drew a walk. So that's good for Orlando Arcia because we're going to need you again this year, Mr. Arcia, our all-star shortstop from last year. Chris Sale pitched 2 innings. He allowed 3 hits. He allowed 2 walks. He did not give up a run through those 2 innings, and he struck out 5 people. As I mentioned last week, we know how huge Chris Sale is going to be if he's healthy. Keyword, if he is healthy. We know how huge that he is. We don't need him to be the former ace that he was. All we need Chris Sale to do is just be Chris Sale. That's it. You have Max Fried and Spencer Strider to be the ace. We just need you to be that 3rd place or 4th place starter. No pressure. Go out there and do your thing, Chris Sale. And it seems like that Chris Sale is pitching with no pressure, and he's just going out there and doing his thing. So keep on going, Chris Sale. Most recently, I think it was Monday. So most recently, Monday, we beat the Detroit Tigers 3-0. Orlando Arcia had 1 hit. Forrest Wall had 1 hit. Phillip Evans had a 2-run single. And Chadwick Trump had a RBI base hit. Spencer Strider starting that game. He allowed 4 hits. He went a little deeper in this game with the 4 hits. He allowed 4 hits, 4 innings pitched. He allowed 1 walk, and he struck out 4. So as spring training keeps on going, you know these managers are stretching out their starters a little bit more. Spencer Strider goes 4 innings. His next start, I'm pretty sure, if he can get into it, he'll go 5 innings. And then he'll go 6 innings. So the more starts they get in the spring training, the more the managers kind of start to stretch them out a little bit. Charlie Morton made his first appearance this spring. Charlie only allowed 2 hits. He only allowed 2 walks, but he struck out 3. So Charlie's first appearance this spring, it was a little rust, but it was good too, just to get back in the swing of things for Charlie. We're going to need Charlie. It seemed like this year is probably going to be his last year. It seems like Charlie kind of talked about retirement last year. So it seems like he just has 1 more year left in the books. And I think Charlie just recently turned 40. So I think that Charlie has 1 more year left in the books. And it'd be nice if this is the last season of Charlie Morton. It'd be nice to ride off in the sunset with one of these World Series. So we're going to need Charlie. But one thing about it is, my takeaways from spring training so far, our pitching has been good, rightfully so, as to be expected. Max Fried has been good. Spencer Strider has been good. Chris Sale has been good. Leonardo Lopez is showing what he can do. And then you just had Charlie make his first appearance. And then, we have a battle for the 5th spot going on, as we always do. It seems like every camp we have a battle for the 5th spot in the rotation going on. So, guys are, those guys on our pitching staff are really stepping up. Even our bullpen guys, A.J. Minter, Tyler Magic, who's coming back off of Tommy John surgery, Rochelle Iglesias, Ken Giles is trying to make a comeback to the major leagues. He's been good when he has come in. So, one takeaway from spring training, our pitching has been really good. We look for that to continue and to progress. And as far as the offensive thing side to go, a takeaway that I should have for the Braves, a takeaway on offense is how our bench guys that are trying to make the ball club off the bench, they're stepping up to the plate and doing their thing the more at-bats they get. The Eli Whites, the Forrest Walls, the Phillip Evans, the Jordan Luplos, the Chadwick Trumps. They're trying to make a name for themselves to make this Braves opening day roster. So they're going out there and they're doing their thing, rightfully so. So I'm really impressed. And also, I forget Luis Guillorme and David Fletcher. Those guys are also doing their thing, trying to make this ball club. So our bench is kind of a little weakness, fans might say, for us. But those guys are showing that our bench is not going to be a weakness, because these guys are ready to step up when called upon if needed. And they will be needed. So that's one of my takeaways. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. The news on Ronald was very, very, very encouraging, and we got very lucky. We dodged the bullet. We really, 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 really dodged the bullet. Thank God he's all right. This spring training, we just want to keep having a good spring training, get guys their work in, and let these dudes be healthy going into March 28th when we go up to Philly to play the Phillies, the rematch on the NLDS. So we just want guys to get their work and to be healthy and keep on doing what we're doing. We're a good team. We have championship aspirations. So we just want to keep grinding and working every single day, and I know we will. I know Snit's going to have them guys ready to play as he always does. So that's it. That's all I have for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think about the Ronald Acuna Jr. injury update. Let me guys know what you think about the Braves spring training so far. Give me some feedback. And that's all I have for you guys today. So I'll catch you guys later.